We'll start with Peter.
I like reading and watching horror movies.
Brilliant.
Play guitar, the skateboard.
Great, Beth.
Listen to a lot of music and watch films.
Okay, Henry.
Read books and write stories.
All right. Phoebe.
I watch films on my code.
Okay, Alfie.
Read some stuff.
Jennifer.
Jogging.
Again. James.
Playing and writing music, sport.
All good.
I love doing fitness and watching films.
All right. Okay.
Screaming.
Yep.
Blood. Low-key lighting.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Is it? Would you rather it is fast-paced or slow-paced?
Kind of a mix.
A mix.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Chris.
To be ambiguous, like not give too much away. To be scary.
Okay.
A lot of jump scares, so it like makes you want to watch it.
Yep.
And like Peter said, a lot of mixed editing, so it keeps you on your toes.
Brilliant, Henry.
I like slow and suspenseful.
Really vague about the plot and cuts with the deep, like cuts to black with deep booming music.
Okay, so it asks a lot of questions, really. Okay, brilliant. Alfie.
I want it to be ambiguous, but at the same time I want it to be obvious that it is actually a plot.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of time. And maybe a jump scare at the end of it.
Fantastic. Jennifer.
Probably fade to blacks and just suspenseful music. I think it should have commentating over the top of it.
Okay, so like a voiceover type.
Yeah.
Thing. Okay. James.
Something ridiculous just to make it funny to watch and not like every other horror.
Oh, so you're like a kind of like a spoof type thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Sheena.
I think it should be on edge all the time, should be suspenseful,
Yeah.
have loud and slow music, and maybe like one jump scare or something like that.
What do you like? Let's start with that.
I like the dark background
Okay.
because you can kind of immediately tell that it's a horror film or poster. I'm not really sure why brown has been used. I don't understand that.
Okay, so it doesn't really pop out as you.
No.
Okay.
But I like the red on the date, so like that pops out.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
I like how plain it is. It's quite simple, so it's not like taken away from the. I don't like the font for the title of it. It doesn't stand out very much. It's quite small,
Okay, so a nice bold font for the
Yeah.
title, obviously, so it grabs your attention.
but it's a very good image used. It's quite mysterious.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
something's going on there.
Brilliant. All right.
Okay.
It's not order now, is it? I disagree. I quite like the font actually. There's not much on it, so like anything. It's quite simple, so it does. I think it still sticks out because there's nothing else around it really.
So, what specifically do you like about the font? Is it the size of it?
I like
style?
the simple.
A nice simple font. Okay.
But yeah.
Colours. What do you think about colours?
I mean, well, you expect it to be dark and stuff. It's a horror.
Yeah, it's kind of a convention. Yeah.
Yeah, so I do. You can immediately tell it's a horror just by looking at it.
All right. Brilliant. Henry. Move on to Henry.
I really enjoy the minimalism of it. It's reserved, it's
Yeah.
classy. I like the fact the colours don't pop out too much because if a poster seems too busy, it sort of detracts from the theme you're going for, and
Yeah.
I like it. Not enough horror films are subtle these days.
Okay.
I like that it's quite mysterious and ambiguous, and it reminds me of the like inkblot test that you're supposed to look at and like pick out
Oh, I know what you mean.
what it reminds you of. So just in that way, it kind of makes you think. And I actually really like the colour scheme.
Okay.
The font's all right, but they're just not that interesting.
Hmm.
But I guess that's on purpose because the picture's the main thing.
It's quite artsy, which is different from other horror posters that you see. Normally they're quite just cliche in black and red, but it's quite different from all the other ones. So it's eye-catching compared to other posters.
See, I like the fact there's not loads and loads of stuff on it, and like because the bottom of the poster is really dark, it means that even though the font isn't huge and brightly coloured, it still stands out, and you can still see it, and it still is part of the poster that you look at.
Brilliant, good answer.
Pretty much the same, it's just the contrast of colours compared to the black background. And the picture's pretty awesome.
Okay, what do you like about the picture?
It's like the Ingeborg test that Phoebe said. It's just something's been chucked to the paper and it's
Yeah.
turned out all right.
Good answer, Kashina.
That's helpful.
It's mine, good.
No, I think it's really nice. I think it's good the fact the eyes are blacked out the same colour as the background colour.
Yeah, gives the idea of sort of like possession and
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not that keen on the font. I think it should be bigger, more
Bigger.
striking.
yep, okay.
But no, I think it's alright.
Here you are. We'll start with you again. So, what do you like and dislike?
I like the title because it kind of imitating blood.
Yep.
Which is horror-esque. I like the dark picture.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's fine. Beth?
It's really conventional, which is good because I've used like the blood kind of running down. The picture is terrifying. I like the layout of it. It's eye-catching. It's got the things going around. I don't know. It's really nice. It's really scary. It's
Yeah.
freaky. It's good.
Yeah, it draws your attention.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
The colours are nice and dark as well.
I think it's good because you know what's in the magazine straight away from looking at it. I think maybe a little bit cluttered,
okay.
but other than that,
So that's simplistic, but you guys seem to like the simplistic
Yeah.
approach to these products.
other than that, yeah, it's good.
Okay.
I kind of agree with Chris, it's a little bit too busy. You can't really find anything to focus on in particular, but I suppose that sort of, it's necessary because you want to give enough teasing for the person to want to read on and find out what articles and content there is. So that's good.
Okay.
I really like all the text is really easy to read and it's all laid out in a way that makes sense to read. But with the images as well, I feel like the layouts are a bit cluttered with having a lot of pictures down one side and nothing the other. I like them to be quite symmetrical.
Ordered, okay.
The image is really creepy and it's sort of the way it blends into the background, so it looks like it's not really supposed to be there, which gives
Yeah.
the element of the horror in the magazine. And the way that there's also like noticeable faces on it as well within the horror genre, so that makes it clear what it's for.
So yeah, I don't know, nice, creepy image. You can instantly tell what the magazine's about as well. You're not going to think it's fashion magazine
Yeah.
or something, which is good. Blood dripping from the thing again is quite cool, it's quite nice. What else really?
Draws your attention, brilliant. James?
Even when the text isn't that big, it stands out from the dark background, so it's easy to notice and easy to read.
Okay.
Basically what everyone else has already said.
So I'm the same. I think the image is really creepy, but the fact that it's so creepy that it shouldn't be so cluttered, like, it's way too much on there. The font is really good, it symbolises blood again. But no, I think it's
Right.
good.
Fantastic.
I like the shot notes and the jump scares.
Okay. Chris, we'll start with you, yeah?
All it changes every time. The music and like the build of tension and release of it.
Yeah, so the music is a big part for you. Okay. Henry?
I love the concepts and the subtlety.
Okay.
I like psychological horror and the story is really important to me, like a good deep story.
Okay, we'll go back to Beth. I think we've missed you, didn't we?
I like to actually feel scared, like the plot has to be something that's actually scary because everything in horror movies is like quite similar. So I feel like it's got to
Really draw you
be
in.
properly scary.
Okay, brilliant. And
James.
Jennifer.
It has to be scary, so there has to be jump scares and fade to black. I quite like psychological horror.
Yeah.
So things that make you think about the
Yeah.
plot rather than just feeding it to them, like this is what's going to happen.
Okay, really involves the audience.
Yeah.
All right. Alfie.
Yeah, sound and music is probably the most important thing.
Music, yeah,
Keeps
okay.
it going, keeps the suspense building.
Brilliant. James.
Either incredibly scary or incredibly silly. to be
Okay.
honest.
Kind of like a comedic element. All right.
This is the place for cheesy horrors.
And
I like the mood suspenseful and I like the music and it kind of needs to be realistic as well, so
Realistic.
not like stupid.
Yeah. believable. Okay. Brilliant. Thank you for your time, guys. I really appreciate it. That'll be all.